Hello, Facebook family and my YouTube fans. How are you doing? This is Brother Bobby Bennett here, just coming to you. I had a quick story that was quite interesting, and I know this principle will be true. It is, we want to get to the next level. We want to get to our finances.
It's still blurry.
It is. It's blurry, babe. All right, my wife is telling me that this camera is blurry. Okay.
Yeah, maybe your camera might do that.
Yeah. Hold on, everyone.
Yeah, sorry, man. No, can't do it.
Okay, that's better? Okay. All right. So now, anyway, so the story is pretty cool. It was a great king that went to the island of this enemy, and they had to take over this island. And so what the king did is he saddled up 5 ships and boats with all of his men. And they went over to this island, and what they did was they had, when the king got everybody over on the island to take over this island, they said, hey, I want you to burn the ships. And the men looked at him like he was crazy. And he says, burn the ships. And so they did what the king had required. But they were looking like, man, we ain't got no way to get back. He says, good. He says, so we got one choice. And that either we take over this island or we die. And guess what? They took over the island. So the gist of the story is we have to take away all options, okay? The sink or swim method. You know, we don't like that because it's uncomfortable, but it's a necessity in order to push us to the next level. I remember back when, you know, the way that I am, God put me in an uncomfortable situation for about 1.5 years. And what he did was he told us to leave Chicago, and I didn't know where I was going for my family, and then he told us to come to Dallas. And so at the time, I had just learned how to do scrap metal, and we started driving around, and, you know, the scrap metal business is a cash business. So the thing is that I hated being at the hotel. And so we stayed in this hotel for about 1 year, but I didn't have an option to sit on my laurels or rest, because I knew if I did not go out that day and work, guess what? We were going to be sleeping in the truck or our car. So I had one choice, and that was to go out and grind every day, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, so that my family could eat and we wouldn't have to sleep in the truck or the car. So when God's getting ready to move you, he will shut off one option where you have only one option. When we have an option, a second plan B, we have a tendency not to try hard. And the way the mind is designed is that when it is forced into a situation where it has only one choice, it's going to figure out a way to get it done. And so Walt Disney, if he hadn't have got fired and they told him that he was not creative enough, you wouldn't have Disney World to this day. So sometimes God, since you won't take a leap of faith, God will push you out. And it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to force you to grow because of, and is it scary? Yes. But you have one choice and one option. And guess what? You're going to figure out a way to make this thing happen, because there is no plan B. It's only a plan A. And if that don't work, the ship is going to sink. So put yourself in a position where you have no second choice. And a lot of us don't want to do that. But I promise you, if you put yourself in a position there's either only one way. Fastest way to learn how to swim, when they in Navy SEALs, they shackle you up and throw you in the water. You either gonna get up out of there or you gonna drown. And so the best way to get to the next level is to get out there in uncomfortability zone. You'll never get to the next level being comfortable. I learned that a long time ago. And do I have to push myself every day? Yes. Do I have to push myself some days to do things that I don't want? Yes. So I'm preaching to myself as well as I'm preaching to you. But every time we go outside of our comfort zone and only we only have one choice, not a second option. I don't have mom and dad where I can lean on them if I fail. I only got one option, and that's to make it happen. And so that's the tip for the day. Take away all other options. If you want to lose weight, take away all other options. Don't be around people that's eating crazy. You might have to be isolated for a second. Whatever it takes to get the job done, let's get it done. Remember, next level people, there is no limit to what it takes to get the job done. They are do whatever it takes to get it done type people. They're not the type of people that, well, I don't do that. I'll do whatever it takes. If I got to jump in a dumpster, I don't care what you think or what you say. I'm finna go get my money and care about what you think later. So people don't understand that. So take away all options. Put yourself in a sink or swim situation where, hey, I ain't got no choice but to make this work. And because God had put me in that situation, I'm grateful now. At the time, I was upset, but he put me where I didn't want to be at the hotel unless my wife was working. So I grinded from 7 in the morning until 7 at night till I picked her up. So I had no choice but to I didn't have the option, well, I think I'll stay in bed today. I got up every day, and guess what? That grooved a good habit in me that attributes to my success today. That habit is I get on my family nerves sometimes because I say, hey man, we grind 6 days around here. They used to get mad at me back then. We grind 6 days around here. But being in that uncomfortable position for a year, living in a hotel where I had no choice but to eat, and so we can have a food, bring in money so we can have food in our head, has put a good habit in me of getting up every day, grinding, rain, sleet, or snow. Whether I make $5 or $10,000, I'm going to get up like I'm broke every day. There was no other option. I couldn't go back. I had to only go forward. So being put in that position of there's only one option is a good thing. We want to have too many options. When you only got one, you'll be shocked at what your mind can do. Paul said, this one thing I do is I push towards the mark. We focus on what's forward, not what's in the back. I find that people that get stuck in life is always thinking about reminiscing on the old days. Well, it's new days in front of you. Bigger, better days in front of you. Worry about what's in front of you. Quit worrying about what's done in the back, because that's done. So anyway, that's the story for the day. The option. Put yourself in a sink or swim situation, and I guarantee you your mind gonna figure out a way. Because our natural instinct is to survive. If we're pushed in a corner, we're coming out of that corner. That's how God designed us. So that being said, I love you. God loves you. And if he loves you, that's all that matters. Until next time, have a great day.